live. We're live in the garage, deep in the heart of the pickle nickel.
Deep in the
heart. And boys, you know what we're doing here? We are here for the 2018 Ryan Buckley Memorial Tournament preview. Jesse, this is perhaps our biggest show of the year, or one of our two biggest shows of the year. It's kind of a coin flip, a toss-up. Certainly maybe the most important show of the year.
This is one of the most important shows, definitely, of the year. We like to donate all the profits. We take care of the show. Then everything that is profitable for us, whether it be the fire department likes to donate the concession, different things like that. We donate all the money to Operation Homefront, and it goes to a worthy cause. So that's why it's one of the most important shows of the year. Now, it's also one of the most important shows of the year because it's slowly climbing the ranks, I feel like, as a must-see independent tournament. And Brady and I both were fans of tournaments throughout our childhood and adulthood. And
one of the coolest ways to go see a professional wrestling show anytime is when you get a chance to go see a tournament. Man, oh man, I love it. And this one has, as you say, built a bit of a reputation. And hey, look here, we're sporting the brand new trophy for this year's winner right there. And Gimpy, is that blue UV residue?
I was trying to take drinks out of the Buckley cup.
Don't drink out of the Buckley cup.
You're not the winner.
You have not.
I'm always the winner.
The Buckley cup to drink out of the Buckley cup.
I digress. At any rate, we are ready for a fantastic show this year. And let's ease into this. We know this great night's built around a tournament.
The great night is built around a tournament.
However,
yes,
that's not all you're going to get. So we're going to have plenty of time to talk about this tournament. So let's cover a couple of the fillers in between the rounds of this great night, because I think those are every bit as exciting as the tournament itself.
Well, that's one of the things that makes the Buckley Cup so exciting. Wouldn't you say so, Gimp?
Oh, it's a really good tournament. It's amazing. It'll be a really good time.
But the things in between the rounds have been special throughout the last 3 years. I mean, you have seen some of the most exciting action and exciting matches in PGP history. Not just in the Buckley Cup tournament itself, but we're talking about the stuff in between, the guys that aren't in the tournament.
And this year, let me give you. Usually, we always have one of our belts, maybe two of them. This year, it's one belt on the line. It's our tag team titles, which are currently held by the Unsavory Gentlemen. That's quite an unsavory trio and sort of a Freebird style group. I don't know exactly which two, whether it be Derek St. Holmes, whether it be Johnny Alves, or of course the Marman himself, Mario Crivello. I don't know which two of the three will actually be on the apron representing, but you can be assured you will see the Unsavory Gentlemen with the titles on the line against, Jesse, I was excited when you told me these guys were coming back. Super Future coming back to the proving ground.
Super Future, one of the best tag teams in the Midwest, across the Canadian border, making waves. I don't know if they're athletic or if they're a throwback or if there's just the whole package. I mean, you can't teach size. I mean, one half of the team is like 6'6", 6'7". I mean, Xavier Walker is a huge, huge man.
Both these men are big. Xavier Walker, exceptionally tall, exceptionally big. Both men extremely well built, extremely powerful. Looked like $1 million their last time in. Palmer Cruz, Xavier Walker, Super Future. Don't doubt for a second that they might be our brand new tag team champions, regardless of which 2 out of the 3 decide to step up to the challenge at
they're a tag team that the Marman and St. Holmes and Alves aren't as familiar with. They've only been in the Proving Ground one time. But we had to start branching out. I mean, these guys have held the tag team titles as of the Buckley Cup for 1 solid year. I mean, they've beaten pretty much everybody there is to beat in the Proving Ground. So then you start to look around and see who impressed you and who's built a reputation since leaving the Proving Ground and not being there. And one of those teams is Super Future, and they're getting a huge opportunity on one of the biggest shows of the year.
Absolutely. The Unsavory Gentleman. I know Mario was, he hasn't been happy at any announcement we've made. And once again, this continued the tradition. He said they didn't deserve this shot and couldn't believe they already got a chance at the titles.
We couldn't think any differently because they've only had one opportunity to come into the proving ground. Other dates haven't worked out for them or haven't worked out for us. So they haven't had another chance to come in and, well, prove themselves. But everywhere else they've gone, we've kept an eye on them, and they're making waves. They're winning matches. They're showing themselves to be a great tag team, and they're what the future of the business is. They can do it all. They can walk, they can talk, and man, they're agile, athletic. I mean, it's just gonna be. It might steal the show.
I would see a lot of people potentially favoring the team of the super future in this, just based on size, strength, dexterity, speed, but you can't underestimate the underhanded shenanigans and the subterfuge of the Unsavory Gentleman. So this in and of itself, that match right there, that is worth getting in the car and driving for. I mean, if that's all you were going to see in a night, that would be worth it.
That's main event worthy, folks. That is main event worthy. We're going to give you that match if you buy your tickets per pre-sale for $10. If you come to the door, we're going to have tickets available for you still. It's going to be $12. You can't beat that. That's just for an adult. For a kid, it's only $7 at the door and $5 if you get them in advance at almost every one of our sponsors, minus Hurley's Funeral Home. Most people don't want to go to the funeral home to buy their tickets. I'm facing facts, but it's a great place. They're always really great with the family. Dan runs the place. If you need anything taken care of ever, make sure you call Hurley Funeral Home. They'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
Cheap plug. I got to get it out there.
Well, I don't blame you.
We got to take care of who's taking care of us.
Sponsors.
We got to take who's care of who's taking care of us.
Yeah, we got Zach Brown taking care of us right there. We got Styles and Moore taking care of us.
Every Monday. That's right, folks.
Comes to my house.
That's right, folks. He loves the handy-capable. He takes care of them on his day off. When Zach is closed on Mondays, he's out and about taking care of our local senior citizens and some of our local handy-capable people, such as Gimp over there. He's good. He's not just a barber. He's good for the community, Brady.
And of course, a couple longtime sponsors right there on the square, Styles and Moore.
Oh, if you want to get your nails done, you want to get your eyebrows waxed, you want to get cleaned up, which I need to do. Yes, that's right. I'm wearing a hat because I need to get down and see Tracy down at Styles and Moore. He always cleans me up nice, gets my neck all cleaned up, makes me look good so Jenny doesn't want to leave me. It's one of the best places in town. Every one of the girls is professional there, and
I heard your buddy Gordy Williams that's how he keeps himself looking so
Gordy
fresh.
Williams always goes to Styles and Moore.
That's what I heard.
That's his personal stylist. It's Tracy Styles.
That's what I've been hearing for years now.
Tracy at Styles and Moore is his personal stylist. He takes care of him on the regular. It's one of his more high-profile clients.
He
keeps it on the hush.
I would imagine. Oh, you don't want the crowd that would gather.
And you don't want to piss Gordy off.
Was coming in there.
It's good business.
Yeah, you got to keep that on the down low. He probably checks in under a fake name anyway.
But I mean, while we're talking about haircuts, if you can't get down to the salon because maybe you blew a tire or you need to get your tires taken care of, you can call Hubner Tire. They can come out to you, assess your vehicle, get you towed in if you need that, or you can bring it right in and they'll take care of you and service you with a tune-up. Or maybe a new set of tires. It is winter, folks. Make sure you winterize your vehicle. Go to Hubner Tire.
Oh, they dialed me in on a day when they were closed, actually. They just happened to be in there. It was so damn cold I thought I had a flat tire. But actually it was a false register on my little warning system. It thought my tire was too low because of the cold. They hooked me right up, got me and my little fluffy dog back on the road in no time. So I can't say enough about there you go, a personal plug from real experience right there.
Longtime sponsor, longtime supporter of the community here in Petersburg. Couldn't be happier with that. Make sure you get down to Hubner Tire, take care of all your needs.
Now, Jesse, we got one other match that is not in the tournament. And what I call one of the founding fathers of Proving Ground Pro, the guy that's won the Grand Slam. He's had every title and accolade we have to offer in this promotion at one time or another. That's Blake Bellicus, and he is on the march to regain the franchise title. And he wants nothing but top-notch competition, and he is not going to stop in the year of 2018 until he wins that title. And that march starts at the Buckley Cup against a returning star and an international superstar, Mr. John Gresham.
Well, it's an interesting show because the Buckley Cup is what started Blake Belka's march to the first franchise title reign. That's where he started it all. He won the cup. That instantly assures you a title match pretty much at your discretion. And he pulled off the unbelievable feat of beating one Jake Durden. And now he's set that task for himself again, and he's getting some serious competition with John Gresham. John Gresham, folks, is one of, if you don't know who he is, you're watching me now, pause it. Jimmy, hit the elevator music if you need to, they're gonna pause it. Go to YouTube, because you're there already. Hit John Gresham.
Why don't we do it better? Right now, why don't we take a look at Blake Bellicus, at the time known as Blake Steele, and Jonathan Gresham's first match in Proven Ground Pro. This is from 2015. Let's take a look right now.
2015, John Gresham versus Blake Bellicus. We're giving it to you live.
Figure 4, Gresham. Look, he's fighting that foot off, though. Look at him. Look at him. Steele is...
That's where Steele's body is helping him. He's got that longer reach. He can use multiple body parts to fight off that one leg.
He was almost there, but Gresham slipped it back on, and Steele's in serious, serious trouble here. Still only a 2.
That's brutal. He's going to reverse it. If he turns over to his stomach, it reverses the pressure. Gresham knew that.
But Gresham rolled back through the reversal.
That's right, Gresham.
Kept it on him.
He might have baited.
And Steele has to go to ropes.
And it's a shame for Gresham that he has to break such a strong move, but now Blake's knee's been injured again.
Oh, he is going to have a hard time using that leg now.
Kicking that hamstring. Here goes.
Oh, but a roll up, a package.
Reverse the package.
Oh, reversal.
Reversal.
Who's got the pin here, Rick? My God, PJ can't keep up.
I can't keep up with it. I feel sorry for that referee. I'm just talking.
Oh, and a Steele escapes at the 2 count.
Finally, someone kicks out. I think these men have similar tricks too, and they're running into each other on that one.
We are down to our final minute. One of these guys needs to make something happen here. Either Steele needs to hold on or Gresham needs to pull something out quick if he wants to take that belt home with him tonight.
Brutal chop.
We're coming right down to it. And they are exchanging chops.
They might spend the last 30 seconds just chopping each other. There it is, big elbow. Uppercut.
We are down to our final 3.
26, 25, 24.
Oh, goes for it.
Oh, that was so close. Gresham's got it.
No.
A bridge, a huge bridge, my God.
Reverses that.
Oh my God, Gresham's taking it home. No, Steele escapes.
This is brutal. So many pin attempts.
No, that's it. Match over. NFL, time over.
Time is up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time limit has expired. This match is a draw.
Oh, man.
Wow. Wow.
Fans aren't happy, but when you get 2 guys that are equally matched, that's what's going to happen.
What a contest, Rick Humphrey.
It's still Blake Steele.
You know, it's not Blake's job to beat the challenger. It's the challenger's job to beat Blake. I know the fans aren't happy, but...
Head back from the video magic. See, that's what it is. You got to get that. Boys, if you got something to say down on that end of the table, make sure you wrangle that mic up and talk right in it.
That's right, because we're live.
Now, meanwhile, this wasn't my idea, and this wasn't your idea, Jesse. And we spelled it out that we believe Blake's on a march to the title.
No, I even talked to him and said, you know, you can retract that statement if you want to. I mean, in the heat of the moment, you know, sometimes you say things you don't mean, and you don't want to put it out there. He refuses to do so. He says if he doesn't win every match until he wins that title back, he's out of here. He's leaving Proving Ground Pro. He's leaving professional wrestling. And
he's picked a huge high hurdle to start with Jonathan Gresham.
He said, "Bring him the best competition that I could bring him." And you know, Jonathan Gresham has been a guy that we've wanted to have into the Proving Ground for a long time again. He's making waves in Ring of Honor and across the world, like always. John has he's a trendsetter and a world setter, because he's been a guy that's been around the world, Brady, from Japan to England to Germany to right here in the United States, Canada. He's been everywhere, folks.
And he's got some top flight competition, starting with Gresham, and we can't get into everybody we talk to, but we've already got I think we have a pretty big name for our next show for him to face, assuming he. So, you know, we have to plan ahead, and we have got some great opponents lined up for Blake. I assume he's going to be seeing some of them, most of them. I don't know.
It's gonna be hard. You can't call it. It's professional wrestling. Anything can happen.
Well, we've got some great stuff lined up this summer with the Beer Garden Bash, I assume, yeah. So
I mean, the opponents that we have set for Blake on this redemption tour back to the title is just unbelievable. So, I mean, the first task is John Gresham. I mean, we're optimistic.
It's like the tasks of Hercules when he had to do all that amazing stuff.
Right.
Like, you know, clean out those humongous horse stalls, and then fight a big creature and push a boulder up. And I can't even remember them all. But
isn't it a kraken?
Plenty of us have had to fight those in our lives.
Release that kraken.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I mean, it's a huge hurdle for Blake. But if you want to get back to the title picture and you feel like the main event is where you belong, there's no better test than Jonathan Gresham.
No,
in my opinion, he's the best, one of the best wrestlers pound for pound in the world, Brady. And I want to give the edge to Gresham because he can, you know, he is one of the best wrestlers in the world. But Blake Bellicus, we have seen in the past, that son of a bitch will do anything when his back is against the wall to stay in the fight.
And he is absolutely determined. He is absolutely fueled. You you saw his last match against Ethan Page, international superstar, and that's when he had perhaps the match of the night, but came up on the short end of the stick, and that is when he made this declaration. And I'm not going to lie to you, that was one of the best matches I've seen him have. So he's certainly at the peak of his powers.
Brady, that was a match that was voted by the Proving Ground fans on Facebook as being the match of the year for 2017, All Eagle Ethan Page versus Blake Bellicus. Look it up on our YouTube channels.
That's right, PGP WrestleTube, where you're watching us now. You can look up all our matches, you can look up a lot of our shows, promo videos, different things like that, some sponsor commercials. Check us out.
Yeah, you can even look up the Big Bet preview, which is the last time we did anything like this.
Yeah, we fly at the seat of our pants, folks. The reason we're doing this is because we wanted to bring you the luxurious digs of the Pickled Nickel, which will be the set for what we hope will be a great future endeavor for us when we bring you the Garage Show, which will be as uncensored as we usually are.
Yeah, this is beta testing for the Garage Show, and by the way, we had to get out some of the great stuff we got coming up in the Buckley, so, you know, this is killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, we didn't want to just, we just didn't want to walk around the Garage Show digs here and show you a garage because you wouldn't understand that. So we're going to bring you a whole Buckley Cup preview, and I think that's the perfect way for us to transition into setting the table for the Buckley Cup.
Absolutely. We identified our 2 huge matches that are going to be filling in between the rounds with the mega match of Bellicus versus Gresham and our tag team title match. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes.
The meat and taters.
Of the whole,
we love
it's
meat
the
and potatoes.
center, the crux of the biscuit.
Now I'm hungry.
It is. But before we do that, Brady, I need to switch beers.
I'm fat.
And while I do switch beers, I want to go ahead and point this koozie out to the camera there in Sangamon Valley Signs. They hooked us up with all our posters and take care of us as a sponsor also. If you have any of your print needs, come on down to Petersburg, right next to the Casey's, across from the Family Dollar. You can catch Sangamon Valley Signs inside the Petersburg Observer.
Exactly, it's right there with Petersburg
Jason
Observer.
Cutright will take care of you directly, and Norm will take care of all your art needs. That's right, they did this beer koozie right here for our local fire department, which will be at, again, November 17th for Heroes Among Us, as we bring you Emergency Response 6.
And of course, we will be there on March
The 24th for the
for
Ryan
the
Buckley
Ryan
Memorial.
Buckley Memorial Tournament, which we're talking about right now. Now, we got some guys already in this field. We have 5 guys already in a field for a tournament. So let's take a quick review. And you know what, folks? All the stuff we're going to review right now is on our YouTube channel, like we said. So when we get to talking about it, feel free to go check these matches out for yourself as we follow along. So first off, we got not just a regular tiger, Jesse.
Not just any tiger.
No.
Not
No.
just a regular tiger.
We have a damn diamond tiger.
We have a diamond tiger. That's right, Kobe Durst, one of the first qualifiers for this year's Buckley Cup. One hell of a talent out of Canada. I mean, this guy's held belts in almost every company he's ever been in. He is absolutely making a name for himself as one of the it guys to see in the independents. And in 2018, I think he's set to have one of the biggest years out of any of the guys we're going to mention in the Buckley Cup. And folks, the guys we're going to mention in the Buckley Cup are going to be some of the best independent talents to go to the next level over 2018. You'll see. Trust me, we know things.
Well, Jesse, it's weird that we start with Kobe because he might be my pick to win the whole thing.
Brady.
Now, I know we're going to go over a lot of names, and we got some at-large bids that are going to blow some minds here. That being said, Kobe didn't just beat one person. Look, he's got a spectacular record in the Proving Ground already. And the night he had to get in the Buckley, he beat not one guy, not 2 guys, not 3 guys, not 4 guys. He beat 5 guys that night, including Mark Walker from Canada. And man, that guy was amazing.
Mark Wheeler.
Wheeler?
You got your
Walker.
notes crossed.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Right here.
Oh,
You're here.
oh, hey, it was his first time in. It's Wheeler.
That's what, he impressed the hell out of you.
Oh, it was impressive.
He was good.
He was good,
He was as good as
but
advertised.
not good enough.
Was not good enough.
Bailey Bright was in there.
A hell of a talent.
Up and comer.
Up and coming.
Yes.
Looked pretty nice that night.
You can find him at Proving Ground Pro, Funky Monkey, Zoa. Make sure you check out our friends at Zoa. They're producing some of the best young talents, such as Brady Bright.
Yeah, exactly. But you
The
know
future
what?
is bright.
Bailey wasn't good enough. Not
Wasn't
that
good
night.
enough. Wasn't bright enough future.
You know, we had another guy that's been pretty amazing, and I think their big thing is this guy's future, Aaron Zinich.
That guy is one of the best technical wrestlers I've seen in a long time. Ground and pound specialist. If you like that kind of style, this guy's he's got bright future. Bright future. Because he doesn't care. He just wants to win. He'll tap you out. He'll break your arm. He'll cheat.
That's all true.
It's true.
That night, not
Wasn't good
enough.
enough.
CJ Shine.
Pinky's up.
Shine. Pinky's
Absolutely.
Pinky's up.
Pinky
Pinky's up.
posse. Pinky's up.
Come on. If we're going to do it, I mean, we might as well do it. We got Jim here.
Jim.
We're live on the seat of our pants. This is about the time where we take a quick second to have a little Pinky party. We're going to cut to his music.
Girls, what y'all trying to do?
We're back.
Whoa. That is why CJ Shine's stealing the show, everywhere he goes, including Proving Ground. But on that night, wasn't good enough.
Didn't make it.
And also another guy that, dude, he's burning up the Independence.
Burning it up.
Cody Lane.
Cody Lane. One of the best talents.
From Texas to Canada and back again.
You can check him out on our YouTube too. Just search last year's Buckley Cup opening round. Him and Blake Belkis. One of the matches of the night, I'd say.
Oh, amazing. And he was looking to get back in his second Buckley this night. And it came down to him.
Damn close.
And the Diamond Tiger. And that night, Cody wasn't good enough.
Wasn't good enough.
That is why Kobe Durst, the Diamond Tiger already in, is my pick for this year's tournament.
I say there's two reasons some of those guys couldn't get it done. They're not a Diamond Tiger. That's one reason.
That would be a good reason.
And then we also saw Baracus come out and kill a bunch of people.
I didn't want to really bring in the Baracus factor, but that is true. He did create a little.
Hey, Kobe took advantage of the situation, and man, paid off huge dividends. Huge dividends.
You got to work
He's going
with
to the
what you
Buckley
got.
Cup.
So anyway, that being said, Kobe Durst in. Another guy that came close to being my pick. It's my, I guess, if all being
How
said.
many of these guys are going to come close?
Do I get 2 picks?
You can't get 2 picks. We're betting on this, right?
No,
We're
that's
not
the
putting
big
anything
bet.
on this?
This is the little bet.
Not the big bet.
We're not betting anything on this? We're doing a little bet?
Small blind,
Okay.
yes.
Small
blind
and
big blind.
Okay.
We'll get to the big
But
bet.
this guy is almost your pick too?
This guy.
Are we ever going to get to the guy that's your pick, or are they all...
No, we did my pick. I'm just saying this guy was
I'm just
my
checking.
pick.
The people want to know. I want to know. I'm looking at your sheet over here. I got my stuff over here. I didn't write down my pick because then he'll cheat and he'll look at it. And
Well, you didn't put down Walker instead of Wheeler either.
I know who Gimp's pick is because he already told me.
Yep. All right. Well, here it is. And it was a tough call because this guy got in by winning an I Quit match, and I was begging. I was begging for this match to stop.
This was one of the damnedest matches I have ever seen in Proving Ground Pro, and he's a brutal son of a gun. Danny Adams.
I didn't know he was this black-hearted. He says he's Mr. PGP, and he is the most dark. I didn't know he had this dark of a heart. I didn't know he had this kind of brutality.
He said this is what the people want to see. They want to see Danny Adams. He's Mr. PGP.
That's why it came so. I thought this was going to be my pick, and you won't give me 2 picks.
I thought he was going to kill Paco.
I did too. I was screaming, "Stop! Don't kill Paco!"
I really thought Paco was dead. I honestly thought Paco was dead.
Well, I tell you what, that was a match. That was a night that was full of violence. It was some scary stuff. Why don't we go right now to the videotape from Emergency Response 5? Let's look at the end of a brutal match between former best friends, Danny Adams, Paco
former
Gonzalez,
tag team champions in
see how Danny Adams made his way into the Buckley Cup.
Former best friends, former tag team partners. Just awesome brutality. Roll the footage, Jimmy.
But Danny's down, but he's certainly not out.
Paco goes up top.
He's comfortable up there, but he's taking a long time.
Another chair shot to the line. How is he still standing?
I don't know what's holding him up there. He's in the danger zone right now, though, KLD.
He's looking for a suplex.
He's holding on for dear life. He's fighting for an escape. And he found the escape he needed.
Goes to the front. Oh, frog splash right on the knees of the ribs.
Adams saw that coming, and he's draped that around the chain, around the throat.
Paco's choking.
Please, Paco, please. Is it gonna? Paco's out. Match is over.
I don't think Paco quit though. I think he just passed out.
He passed out.
Paco definitely
Too
did not
much
quit.
pride. Too damn stubborn. He is completely out.
And that's exactly why you see why Danny almost and could still be my pick to win it all.
How many picks are you getting, Brady?
Hang on a second. We aren't done with this special yet. So anyway, that's two of the guys in the field already. Now, the third guy, we went to Mattoon, Illinois to 0-1. Hey,
Dave.
Cunningham. Dave Cunningham.
We'll give a shout out to you.
Hey.
All our friends over at 01 Bear, St. Pierre, one hell of a turnout.
Left the
one
boots
hell
in the ring.
of a night for you to retire, brother. Godspeed, happy fishing, happy hunting, one hell of a career. But we know that's not the end because you're one heck of a driving force behind that machine they got over there at 01 and one heck of a Buckley qualifier.
So that night on a huge card with all kinds of excitement, we saw a Buckley qualifier with big KLD, the huge powerhouse Kevin Lee Davidson.
Jesus, man, he's
versus
so agile.
The one-man militia, Austin Mannix. And it was a war of two dudes that absolutely brought
I'm going to cut you off, Brady. This is a guy that Brady brought to my attention. We're talking year one Proven Ground Pro. I know a lot of talent, folks. That's part of the job that I have here that Gimp gave me.
That's right.
The man in charge over here. In case you guys want to know who the boss man is, it's this guy. We just work. But Brady is no slouch when it comes to knowing talent. And Austin Mannix is a guy that he brought to my attention year one. And then he's been busy, or something hasn't worked out, or something's fell through, or you know how independent wrestling works. But fortunately for us, we've had the opportunity to see him multiple times within the last year. And man, the first time I saw Austin Mannix, this is one of the most underrated talents coming out of the Michigan-Detroit area. Folks, he's been in this business longer than a lot of the guys we're even going to talk about that are on this list of Buckley guys. But I just wanted to point out the fact that he is one of the best talents you can get pound for pound anywhere. He looks like $1 million. He looks like a professional wrestler. He looks like he belongs at the next level because he has next level talent. Brady, you had a home run here, man. This this qualifying match, man, one of the best ones we've seen out of the whole tournament.
Absolutely. So turn yourself onto that right here on our Proving Ground Pro YouTube channel. This match is something else, and KLD at the end of the night, after a massive war, advanced into the Buckley Cup.
Okay.
Now, we got.
Is this guy one of your almost picks too?
Is this the third pick?
I'm not gonna lie, KLD I think likely could win the whole thing.
Oh, what the hell?
Likely? Almost?
I think it's pretty likely.
You better, by the time we're done with this special post, you
guys
better give
have
us a
seen the
name.
size and power of KLD, I am correct.
Size, power, agility. Jimmy, the first time you saw KLD in the ring and he did a spin wheel kick, what did you tell him?
I'll tell you what, when I saw that, I thought to myself, how does a tank, a human freight train, move that fast? I mean, the cannonball, I was just, my jaw just dropped. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
And the stuff Jimmy just said is exactly why he's my pick to win this whole thing right now.
He's your pick right now? Or that's your pick?
That was my pick to win the whole Buckley.
The whole Buckley.
Just KLD.
It's KLD. You're picking KLD.
Have you seen the size?
Yeah, I've seen the size.
Well, why wouldn't I pick him?
I get it. But Jimmy was very articulate in his description of what he said when he first saw KLD. Let me lay it down for you, folks. It wasn't like that at all. He said, "Holy shit, that dude's talented."
Well, yeah, and I think he's absolutely correct. So
Now I want to talk about talent.
all
I want
right.
to talk about the next guy in the Buckley Cup.
Now the next guy didn't have to win a big match, although you can
Is this
check
another
out.
pick?
You can check out a ton of his matches right there on our YouTube channel. And he's in because, well, as a tradition right here in PGP, the cutting edge champion.
We're about some tradition.
We do have a bit of tradition.
A bit of tradition.
A little throwback to the old school days of wrestling when there was tradition, honor.
This is
certain
probably
rules.
the part of the show where we'll have Jimmy pan to the wall for the Wall of Fame because, well, it shows you that we love tradition.
And if
Let's
it
take
isn't
a
the
moment.
part of the show, we'll do it later.
It needs to be.
Well, at some point we're going to make Jimmy do that. So either you just got back from that, or if you didn't just get back from that, get ready to see it again. We might show it to you twice. So, you know, that's up to Jim.
Yeah, it's up to Jim.
So anyway, I digress. We're back to the fact that our current cutting edge champion, the Fire Lord Draconis,
Oh, we got a dragon.
coming out from beneath the Aztec Temple and making his way to the Ryan Buckley Memorial Tournament.
That's right. This is a guy that has as much to lose as anybody. And as
I have
much
to get
gain.
another beer. You described
I'm
Fire
going-
Lord Draconis, and I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
go
do
grab
that.
another
You
PBR.
grab another beer. I'm gonna pass this off to Jimmy.
That's
why
what
we got
Van Dyke-
co-hosts. That's why we got this thing for. This
Any
is
chance I can get a beer?
Blake, throw a
Beer,
beer.
beer over there.
We're just gonna yell out for beers, Jimmy.
Well, we're
Hi,
Beer,
yeah, I
beer,
do beer.
sorry, I'm
What
sorry,
about
I'm
some
sorry,
Admiral
getting carried away.
Nelson? Would you
Basically,
like
Let's
Oh,
talk
I'm
about
good
Fire
with the
Lord
Admiral.
Draconis.
basically what we're saying, guys, is in the Buckley Cup, we got a freaking dragon, dude.
Jim just described it for you very well. But Fire Lord Draconis has decided that he needs to take the fight somewhere else.
Gimp, we got
So
a
this is
freaking
going to be his
dragon in the
last
Buckley Cup.
opportunity of glory. And when you talk about a guy that didn't want a lot of things, but to be a champion, but to collect titles, and be a warrior of honor, as he says, Brady. The Fire Lord Draconis could win this whole damn thing. He beat two people in one night. He beat one person in one night for the strap.
Now, I'm gonna stop you there.
We know that the monkey was a little injured, but he pulled it off, and he beat a capable Jojo Bravo in his first defense. So this is a guy that could win the whole damn thing.
So is this gonna be your pick?
This is not my pick.
Okay.
I'm going to
No.
save my pick for the end.
There you
No,
go.
this isn't Jesse's pick. However, based on the fact that this is
I
his
think that,
last
I-
appearance, hang on, no, don't cut me off. I have a lot of logic here.
Before you say that, though, I just got one thing. I just want
Oh, Jerry's cutting you.
I just want to update our fans that we're at the Emergency Response 5 event, that Space Monkey is okay now. He immediately went to the vet and got his shots. They took care of him, and Space Monkey is healthy now. He's a healthy monkey.
It's entering the atmosphere that
So-
tears him up.
Win, lose, or draw, Draconis is calling it quits.
Win, lose, or draw.
That means this
calling
man
it
is
quits.
highly motivated
That's
to
why
win
it's
this
hard to
whole
pick
thing
against
because
this man,
he wants
folks.
to go out with the.
The final. He could go to the final.
That's why he's my pick.
Because he's not my pick.
To
I
win
can't
the
say
whole
he's going to
thing,
win the whole
Jesse.
thing. But he could.
No, the
Draconis.
motivation of Draconis, of this is it. That's why I think he's
Not
going.
KLD, Draconis.
Well, that's what I've been saying the whole time. Is this guy
You're
right
right.
here?
You got it back,
But I mean, think about it. This guy, this is do or die. Why wouldn't he be my
back
pick?
against the wall.
Oh, gee, couldn't get more back against the wall.
Go out with all the glory.
And he already holds a title here, so even more reason why that's my pick.
Well, you know, that's going to take us off subject for a minute, Brady. I want to talk about something. We're opening up to the PGP fans here. We're going to let you know a couple things. Because there are going to be questions. I know there will be questions.
There's always questions. Is the ceiling high
What
enough?
happens?
Shit, I got questions.
What happens now that Draconis is calling it quits and the cutting edge title isn't being defended at the Buckley Cup? He's in the tournament itself.
And he wins the whole thing, and then he retires, and he doesn't take his title shot, and he has to abandon the belt? Is that what you're asking, Jesse?
Yes.
Well, don't worry about it. That's for us to worry about. Right now, you need to root for the Dragon because he's my pick to win it all.
Damn,
So what we're trying to tell you is, we're going to address the title situation soon enough. So don't worry your pretty little heads. We'll get to that. Right
if
now,
it happens,
we're talking about
we'll
the
make
Buckley
it fine.
Cup.
And don't worry, root for the Dragon because, well, like I told you the whole time, I did the math. He was my pick for Jump Street.
Okay, Draconis is your
I
pick.
can't even jump. Was that a cripple joke?
No.
Oh. Sad.
Did you ever see that TV show, Jump Street?
Yeah.
Right, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
That's what
Okay.
I'm talking about.
I digress. We're back to the Buckley Cup.
You'd make a nice undercover
So
cop, though.
now we know Draconis
Penetrating
back
into
against
high
the
school.
wall.
Oh yeah, faking it as a young high school.
I got it.
Whoa, wait, we still don't have a whole Gimpy. All right.
Please bleep that out, Jim.
No GD break.
Let's get back to the Buckley
No,
Cup.
Gosh darn it.
We got Draconis as
we can
Brady's
say that on
pick.
YouTube.
Back against the wall. The next guy in the Buckley Cup.
This rounds out to 5 people. Five
This
people
is the
already
5
in.
guys that have qualified for the Buckley Cup.
And I don't know if this finished second in the voting, but it probably finished second in my voting for match of the year last year. And that was Shane Saber versus Mance Warner. That was one hell of a little tip of the hat to old Jim Ross. That was a slobber knocker, my friend.
Canada's greatest beard, baby.
Canada's greatest beard is what Jim Roberts just whispered in my ear over here as he takes a sip of his beer. He's talking about Shane Saber. This is the unsung talent of Canada, folks. If you're not watching Shane Saber, if you don't know who Shane Saber is, this guy's going to be a star. He's going to be one of the next great Canadians. Yeah, because there's a lot of those.
Celine Dion was one.
Yeah, we're not gonna lie.
Bret Hart, Owen Hart.
The guy that invented Canadian bacon.
Got Canadian bacon.
Tim Horton.
Syrup.
Tim Horton with those donuts.
Tim Horton is the man. Okay, we're getting off track again.
Sporty Spice.
Shane Saber, though, qualified in.
Sporty Spice was from Canada.
I might have voted it match of the year, but damn, it was neck and neck with Bellicus and.
Yeah, I
Ethan
can't.
Page.
I'm not. Look.
I mean, it was a toss up, but it was one of the. It may have been the best Buckley Cup qualifier I've.
Point being, it was one hell of a knockdown drag out, and the beautiful beard from the Great White North, Shane Saber, came out on top. Barely.
But he came out on top.
Came out on top, and he won. And he is in the Buckley. And like you said, that is probably, most definitely, I'm going to say, no, probably, scratch, Jim, edit probably out, because he is the next big thing out of Canada. I mean, big, like maple syrup, huge. Like everybody knows it on their kitchen table.
Just take it back to it,
Saber.
He's Tim Hortons big.
And that being said, that is why.
I heard Gretzky's a fan.
That's why I
heard
picked.
Gretzky's a fan of his.
That's why I picked Shane Saber to win this.
That's big in Canada.
This whole thing.
Now you're picking Shane Saber to
What
win
do
the
you
whole
mean
thing.
now?
You just picked Firelord Draconis to win the whole thing.
Shane
Hold
Saber,
on,
I
hold
just
on.
made up.
I got this. Somebody's recording this for me. Gimp, did he not just pick Firelord Draconis?
He did, but that's also his 6th pick right now. So let's be realistic. Oh, okay, 5. I'm off one. So I'm just still wondering which one is it? Which one is it?
First of all, I want to say while I got this mic that Canada's greatest import was Sporty Spice.
She's not even from Canada, bro. She's from Britain.
Edit that out, Jim.
Canada, same thing.
Wow.
They have them characters themselves. Jimmy D, Gimpy, live right here on the Buckley Cup Special.
Uncensored,
Is Shane Saber your pick?
Shane Saber is not my pick.
Okay, well,
he's going to win it all, didn't I just?
Brady just picked Shane Saber. Somebody write this down. When I swear,
I'm trying to keep up with 5 now. All right.
Who my pick is? Want to know who my pick is? I ain't telling you.
Okay, but now we get into the this may be the best part of the whole thing, because this is where we get into the what we call at-large bids. That's where Jesse and I got together, much like tonight, where we're on camera, but we were off camera and drinking just as much.
More heavily.
Probably more. And we came up with the other people that would round out.
I don't think that we just sit around and do this ourselves. I mean, we do have some input. We take fans into account. We also take other people's opinions into account that we value.
You take a lot of my money, I'll tell you that.
Gimp bitching about how much money we spend again.
I know, he's always bitching about.
We got him that he lied again.
It was on sale. He got a dirty 30. I don't know what he's worried about.
You promised you'd make him a big star, and he isn't.
He's gonna be a humongous star. They're already checking him out on the YouTube now.
See, getting mad hits.
Yeah, that's the reason this thing's blowing up.
Blowing up.
Okay, so let's look at the at-large field here. So I'm just gonna throw out one that when you sit back.
You were kind of adamant about this guy being in this thing.
Well, I'm adamant about the entire field, but the first guy, I thought he was going to get into it on his own, but he didn't. But I had an at-large bid and a light beer.
Heck yeah, drinking light beer.
And I thought to myself, who would be motivated enough and mean enough to win this entire tournament if they got a chance to? And that's when
Brady, are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
Well, along with the light beer, Jim.
Hold my mic for a second. Are we talking about?
Jim's taking his clothes off. This is free. This is
pay-per-view. Who I think you're talking about?
That's exactly who I'm talking about, the Manser.
Are you talking about the king of the eye pokes, the king of the trailer court, the world champion of I don't need knee pads, Mr. Larry some light beers himself? Oh, Mansa, baby.
Do you see me drinking a light beer?
Yeah, baby. Woo, the
That's who we're talking about.
I have just made my official pick for the Buckley.
You just got it.
And that's why.
Oh, Mansa, baby, that's my pick for the Buckley Cup. And I'll tell you what, not only am I going to be filming this show, but it'll be my pleasure to shine old Big Doggy's shoes when he gets into that ring on his way to win the Buckley Cup.
Well, I can't agree more with Jim.
Jim has bolstered his opinion, his pick.
I agree with Jim, and that's why when I stopped and thought about who I wanted to put in this and had a chance.
You guys got together with a rack of light beers, didn't you? And you decided that
I said, Mance Warner's in, and he is my pick to win the whole thing.
Mance Warner is your pick to win the whole thing?
Me and Jim.
You and Jim.
Hey, we're going 60.
Jimmy D. Where's my? Did you write? Gimp? Did you write it down?
I wrote
the one arm still worked. Did you write it down?
I wrote everything down, bro.
How many picks did?
Hey,
did he? Jimmy D's pick to win the whole thing. Mance Warner,
baby.
Mr. Lariats and Light Bears. This is also one of the ones that the fans were a little sad got eliminated. They wanted to see Mance Warner. They wanted to see what could happen in a night where anything can happen in the Buckley Cup. There you have it. Mance Warner, one of Brady's at-large picks. I'm convinced that him and Jim were drinking light beers. He asked Jim who the guy he would let in would be, and it would be Mance Warner. And Brady was like, that dude drinks a ton of light beer. I'm not going to give you an explanation. But Mance Warner was a guy that he was adamant about putting in, and I couldn't disagree because he's done nothing but impress us every time he's been here. He's getting one last chance at what we call the dance. He's our last chance at the dance qualifier, folks.
Last chance, romance, I don't know, but
I think Jimmy D's pick
to
win the whole thing.
Right through the whole thing and win it.
Well,
I think.
I think we can all agree we all saw it. The old Manser, he did come up on the losing end at emergency response spot. I think everybody here at this table, though, would agree that was one hell of a match between him and Saber.
And everybody's going to agree. They saw you and me pick Manser as the favorite to win this thing.
Indeed, I saw you pick him.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, I would love nothing more because, you know, anything can happen at the Buckley. I would love to see the stars align, the cards fall on the table. And I'd love to see a rematch between Saber and Manser fall in there somehow.
Oh, if that could happen? Oh.
This time, I'm telling you right now, if that happens, yeah, sure. Shane Saber, he's got the greatest beard in Canada, but you are talking about the king of the trailer court. You're talking about the king of big doggy style, baby. The Manser. He's going to go on. He's going to win the 2018 Buckley Cup. Mark my words.
Jim, I thought I was the king of the trailer court.
You may be the prince of the trailer court, but right now, Manser owns that trailer court, baby.
He took it from me.
All right, now this next guy was one of Jesse's picks, and I couldn't argue with it.
It's
well, say my name, Jimmy D.
Something.
That's right, the man that I picked as an at-large bid. A man that is Glory Pro champion. A man that has made waves from the Canadian border to the coasts of Florida. You can catch him on Impact Wrestling from time to time.
On his way to big time TV.
That's right.
Bigger big time TV.
Jake Something. Man, what an addition to the Buckley Cup. That's right, Brady. Jake Something.
Jake Something is back in the proving ground. Jesse, I couldn't believe it when you told me he was coming, and you are absolutely right. This guy is lighting
the
independent scene. Glory Pro title around the waist, as they say already.
That's right,
so
around the Glory.
He's coming into this show with some gold on his waist, and that's big time gold, because Glory, they're doing big things, my friend.
That's right.
So,
Jake Something, one of the biggest coups we could get for this year's Buckley Cup.
Maybe
we were talking about stars of 2018. Look for something.
Powerhouse, international star, already has gold. That's why I'm thinking this is my pick. Jesse, when you told me, and it made sense, that's why I thought exactly, and I'm picking Jake Something to win this entire tournament, Jesse.
I don't know how to respond to this.
I would have picked the coach.
If I was wearing a hat, I'd tip it to you. Well, did you see the case you just laid out?
I know. I mean, that's a huge at-large.
Well, why wouldn't it be my pick?
I'm just kind of confused on which pick you got.
Jake Something. Did you just?
He's picking something.
Jake Something is. No, I picked Something, and Something's my pick.
I was getting confused for a minute.
Well, no, that's
something might have been wrong with me.
Jake Something has been entered as an at-large bid. So as we say, that brings us up to seven in the field.
7. Number 8 is a guy that you were very adamant about being in because of his credentials. You laid it down for me. I mean, you put the resume out there. How could I argue with it?
Well, I mean, first off, he's buck nasty. Does he need any more reputation than that?
He doesn't. I mean, whether I love him or I hate him, Bucky Collins he's that good.
Well, he is so good, he rose in all the way to the pinnacle, the top, the tippy top of Proving Ground Pro to become the franchise champion, my friend.
And he's no slouch when it comes to Buckley Cup tournaments, as some of you might know, or as you can find out because you're on our YouTube right now.
Marched through it last year all the way to
the final. So I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark here. I'm going to say that Buck Nasty is your pick to win the whole thing.
No, that's my pick.
What?
I didn't even reveal it yet.
What?
I didn't even reveal it yet. That was my pick, and you didn't even let me reveal it.
Gilbert with a shocker over there. He's picking former franchise champion, former Buckley Cup qualifying finalist, Buck Nasty, Bucky Collins.
Well, you know, Jesse, that's really not a huge surprise. Because he makes a hell of a case.
He does. He does. I mean, that's a top-notch pick. I'm almost second-guessing my pick now.
You know what I'm doing?
You should.
I'm making Bucky Collins my pick to win the entire
thing.
Oh my God!
I'm going out on a limb here, but the resume, and I never seen Bucky have
Collins,
a bad
Gimp's
match.
pick to win the whole Buckley Cup.
That is my pick.
And me and Gimp were right there on the same page.
Definitely Gimp's pick to win the whole thing. Bucky Collins, Gimp's pick to win the whole thing.
I've got it. I've got this.
That sets the field of 8.
There we are at 8.
There we are. There you have it, folks.
Are we shutting down the show yet?
That's, you know.
Whoa,
set the table for the Buckley
Wait
Cup.
a minute.
We have all the qualifiers. Let's get to the match.
You know what we should do? We should cram not just 5 and not just 10 and not just 20. We need to cram about 25 pounds worth of action into a 5-pound sack, Jesse.
When we left Emergency Response 5 and we promised the people of Petersburg we were coming back to Petersburg, we were coming back to the fire department, and we would deliver the damnedest Buckley Cup we could come up with. So instead of 8 qualifiers this year, we're going to bring in a couple more. We have 5 at-large bids. There's 10 guys in this tournament this year.
That's right.
That's
10.
Right. 10.
That's right. We gave each other one more at-large bid, and I sat back and I thought about who all was in this tournament, what their skill set was, what kind of hungry talent out there might be able to take advantage of this and come in and just win the whole damn thing. That's why I went with my pick to win the 2018 Ryan Buckley Memorial Tournament with a new at-large bid, Mr. Mike Outlaw.
Mike Outlaw is huge, Brady. He came back at Emergency Response 5, returned to the independent scene, back to make a name for himself. Mike Outlaw is huge entering the Buckley Cup this year, and he's your pick to win the whole thing. Surprise, surprise.
Look, Mike Outlaw had been gone from PGP for a while, but our last show, he made a huge return. He looked like $1 million. He has been burning it up since last time we saw him, and I'm going to tell you right now, he is primed for a humongous win, and a humongous win like the Ryan Buckley Memorial Tournament 2018 to put him right on top of the proving ground. That's right, Mike Outlaw is going to win this whole thing, Jesse. That's my pick.
Wait a minute. He doesn't have to face. He's not facing Mansour, right? He's fighting like Bucky, or he's.
Hey, you leave Bucky out of this. He's winning it.
He's going against like Jake something, not Mansour, right?
Well, you just wait a second.
Jimmy, cool
you're getting the cart before the horse.
What you're doing is you're jumping hold of the special. You know this is a multi-parter, dude. You can't put this all out of one thing. We want them to watch a couple times, you know what I mean?
We got to figure out the brackets.
Not yet here. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Just as long as Mansour, you know, because don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, okay? I mean, I'm sure that Mansour can beat Mike Outlaw, but it's Mike Outlaw.
Well, I don't know. Mike Outlaw's my pick to win the whole thing, no matter who he's facing.
So we got Brady down with Mike Outlaw. You wrote that down too, right?
I wrote down like 8 now.
Okay, he's up.
Can I have 2 picks?
You'll get 2 picks.
He's got like
No, he's sticking with Mike Outlaw. Mike Outlaw, right?
Right. That's who I'm picking to win the 2018 tournament. So Jim's going with Mance Warner. I'm going with Outlaw.
Let's get back on track
and
here.
that left us with one more at-large bid that Jesse brought in.
I really think that you know, I brought it to the table. We didn't just decide on these ourselves. I mean, we brought them to the table. We brought them to each other. make cases of why they should be bids in this tournament.
Oh, you should see the crumpled beer cans.
The crumpled beer cans.
After the cases we
made. The crumpled paper.
And cases of beer.
We set it on fire. We drank beer.
Wrestlers.
It was awesome. Fire, beer. It's cool.
Anyhow.
Hakeem Zane is the guy that I brought to the table. As some might try to pronounce his name, Hakim. But it's Hakeem Zane, one of the top independent talents anywhere.
I have been told by quality people the top unsigned talent out there in the Indies. Now you can quibble about it, and I'm sure you can make cases for different guys, but it's not completely out of hand to suggest such a thing, because this is one amazingly talented individual, the Mad Dragon. This guy is headed for big time television lights and TV time. This guy is coming back to the proving ground, and this guy is going to win the entire 2018 Ryan Buckley Memorial Tournament, because when Jesse told me that he had Hakeem Zane coming in, I immediately thought that's the guy that's going to win this, and he is my pick, Jesse. Hakeem Zane is my pick.
Hakeem Zane now is your pick.
Is my pick to win the entire 2018 Ryan Buckley Memorial Tournament.
You know, Jesse, I agree with a lot of what Brady's saying. I mean, Hakeem Zane, lately he's been making quite the...
How do you pronounce that again, Jim?
Hakeem Zane has been making quite the impact, see what I did there, lately, along with Jake something, but I still got to go with my pick, Mance Outlaw.
Mance Outlaw. Mance Outlaw, that's a new one.
There you have it, Brady's final pick.
My final pick
of the 2018 Ryan Buckley Memorial Tournament. Hakeem Zane.
That's right. 10 guys in the tournament. It's amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Who saw that coming?
Nobody saw it.
Nobody saw that coming.
I didn't even know.
We promised you a huge tournament. We're delivering, folks. That's right. This is the part of the show where we've discussed the whole field. Brady has picked everyone.
Now I picked my favorite.
We have Gimp's pick. We have him.
We got my pick on video, right? My pick is on video. We can go back to, right?
We have Jim picking
all 27 of them.
We have Jim picking Mance. We have Brady's picks
on
video.
Once I'm proven right, I want the video evidence there for Jim to bring up.
That he picked the winner. I'm gonna go ahead and pick my winner. I'm gonna throw it out there, boys. I think I'm going to shock you with my pick.
All right.
I'm going to pick Danny Adams to win over.
You're going to take D.A. over?
I'm going to pick Danny Adams.
I don't blame you.
I think this guy is like one of the blue chip. He would do anything to get in this tournament, and I know it's a little sadistic to pick a guy that would do this to one of his former best friends, but dude, he would do anything to get in this tournament, and he'll do anything to win it. So,
it's not that he would, he did.
Yeah, he did. And it was... You don't love the tactics. Anything went in that match, so, but
that's why
I'm not picking the morals of the guy, folks. I'm picking the guy I think could win this thing.
I think
I'm picking Danny Adams.
I think you're right. That's why I picked Danny earlier. So
there you have video evidence. I've picked Danny Adams.
You know who I'm going with. That nasty's getting it.
This is the part where we take a little break, folks, and we come back to you with the matchups and the brackets. We got to get some more beers, some more light beers for Manser. Brady's got to take a pee break. I got to take a pee break. We're going to come right back to you. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for part 2. This is just going to get better. If you don't love it now, you're going to love it. Trust me, by the time we're done, you're going to love it. Or just drink more beer. All right, we'll be back in a minute.
Why don't we fade out with a look at all of our Buckley Cup entrants as announced. We'll see you for part 2.
Man without shame.
Awaken from the trance. There is no retribution lifting heaven even does. I can see tomorrow. I can see the world to come. I can see tomorrow. In the pandemonium. I can see tomorrow. I can see the world to come. I can see tomorrow.
don't miss. We're going to get in this ring tonight. Qualify for the Buckley Cup. I'm going to head across the street, drink some light beers. I'm going to knock him out too. There you go.
There is no nuclear family.